What do you get in the box when you purchase a Lintel seal kit for a roller garage door? And this would be for the double garage, but the single one is exactly the same, it's just less material. So what you would receive is 4 of these carriers, and they would be in 1.5 meter length, so it's a lot longer than this. This is just for demonstration purposes. And these kits, these carriers, would need to be connected to each other. So the way that we do that is to cut the length of your aluminium, slide the brush out, the brush out, probably that way. You can cut your aluminium, and then you would have a bit of extra brush, and you can then use that brush to connect to the other carrier like that. And you leave an overlap of about 10 centimeters on each side, or total, and that then gives you a seamless brush connection for the top of your lintel. All right, now you will have an extra meter, perhaps even probably about a meter of extra material, so you will have plenty of brush to cut out strips if you want to make connecting strips for the 1.5 meter pieces that are going across using that same method. So what else is in the box? Well, formerly, when you opened up the tube, you would receive your lengths of brush, either the 50mm or the 25mm brush on with the carrier. You would have received a seal for the rear of the carrier, so that it would fill up any gaps that might be present between the aluminium carrier and the brickwork. And then you would have received a selection, depending on the garage that you had, whether the lintel was made out of timber or steel, and your walls as well. It could be any of a selection of fixings that would be used. However, all of that is now a thing of the past. So we've introduced the use of Selleys liquid nails, the instant hold, and this is now the only real product or fixing product that is supplied then with the carriers. And this can be attached to timber, attached to brickwork, concrete, steel, and the concrete can even be a little bit damp. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be clamped. So you will receive the carrier with the relevant bristle length, the Selleys liquid nails instant hold, and an instruction manual. And that is the relevant instruction manual, whether it is a roller door or a sectional door. And at the rear of that manual, you will find the new pages which reflect our changeover to the instant hold. We've been asked why we made the switch to the instant hold instead of the physical fixings, and the reason is quite simple. It's easier to install for installers as well for DIY, and it also means that for a variety of surfaces we don't have to worry about mess, disruption really of the particular area due to dust and the other inconveniences that go along with using physical fixings. We have tested it on a number of surfaces, all the surfaces that we think it could possibly be applied to, and it has proved extremely strong. So it's both an indoor and outdoor product. So even if you're fixing to the external lintel, it's not a problem. Just follow the instructions, and for those who may have questioned whether this is strong enough to hold the carriers up, it really is over engineering, because the actual rating is up to 400 kilograms per square meter. The other reason that the liquid nails can replace the EconoSeal that we used to supply is because, obviously, being a liquid glue, it automatically fills the gaps anyway, and so you wouldn't have the normal gap that you would get behind the carrier, because this is not only acting as a glue, but it's acting as a partial filler. Obviously, if the gap is extreme, You might need still to purchase a seal, but that would be very, very rare.